Hey lovely Scorpio, and thanks so much for joining me today, ADH Divinity with Megan, and let's go ahead and get into it. I feel like there's kind of a completion going on here, so I'm really excited to do this. Also, apologies for the energy in past readings. I'm up and I'm ready, so yeah. Look at the bigger picture. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, Scorpio, I'm feeling like we've just been through something that's kind of wiped our energy a little bit. So, believe in the impossible. So, Scorpio, I feel like I said, there's something here that's kind of wiped you out, but it's something that you needed to complete. I'm just feeling like some sort of completion has happened here. It might be with the inner work, which we don't complete the inner work, but I'm saying it might kind of be a cycle has completed. You've kind of come out of this cycle that you've been in for so long, and you're really you're gassed. You are gassed from it. But after this, you're gonna step back and be like, I freaking did that. I did that, and I'm here now. So it's a matter of just shifting the perspective. Even though you're exhausted, definitely rest. Take some time for yourself. Not evaluating yourself. Kind of just legit rest. I don't really know if this has to do with your job. You know, maybe you've been pushing really hard when it comes to your career, and you found out you're going a whole different way. And that's why I feel like you're kind of gassed here, because it's like, I just worked so hard and realized this isn't for me. So now I have to start again. But it was kind of a positive realization. It was kind of a positive realization, and I'm feeling like it was just, you felt like it was a waste of time, but you were just like, I needed this, because if this would have never happened, I would have still been doing that and been lost way down the road. So it's something, it's kind of like it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, but you are gassed. I'm feeling that. Thank you. All right, so we have Temperance in the reverse, Two of Wands, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so yeah, we've been out of balance. We've been out of balance, and we've been really wondering why, but we were in a standstill in a standstill of which direction am I going to move, because where I am right now, I'm feeling like this is the recent past, because where I am right now isn't really working out, and I feel like we've been kind of stuck because we dedicated so much of our time and our energy to this. This may have to do with this person you're connecting with, but I'm just feeling like this has to do with career. But yeah, we were kind of stuck. We were at a standstill. We didn't know which way to go, but I feel like you found that, you found what you needed that has been revealed to you, and you were just like, okay, so what am I gonna do now with this? And that's why I feel like we're exhausted here. I'm feeling like when it comes to this Three of Pentacles in reverse, you've been giving away a lot of your energy to a boss, some type of authority figure, and then you realized it wasn't helping you internally, is what I'm feeling like when it comes to your career, and that's kind of something that steered you away. But maybe this person has showed you something that caused you to kind of question the path you're on, but it's that nudge that you needed, necessary to kind of find that fulfillment. It was kind of, like I said, it's like a bittersweet type of fulfillment here. I think that's Two of Pentacles. Wands, Eight of Pentacles. Okay. What is that? Yeah, so there's Two of Pentacles, Page of Wands in reverse, and then there's an Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, we've had one step in, we've had 1 foot in and 1 foot out when it comes to this realization, and it's kind of something, like I said, you needed it. It's a 360. I'm feeling like a 360, and you've been juggling this feeling for so long that you thought you could do it at the same time as you're feeling this way. It's like a heart and mind battle. but you were really trying to move forward. You really wanted to move forward. I'm feeling like you just didn't know how. You didn't know how. You had to come up with a game plan here, and find that balance first in order to gain the strength to kind of move on and move forward. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of hard work to kind of come out of this, but it was for your highest good. It was for your highest good, and this is something that you should be proud of. Regardless of how hard this work is going to be, you're going to gain the stability that you've always wanted, but in the right way. Not something where you have to sacrifice your happiness or your purpose here. This is something that, justice. Yeah, the wheel is turning, and you've gained the clarity that you needed and the strength to move forward, the stability to move forward, and you're ready for this. You're ready for this, but take a break in between. Allow this transition period to kind of happen, because then we're just going to start rushing, and then you're going to get more in your head, and there's going to be more of a negative because you're not giving yourself that time to just evaluate what's going on. Take some time not to evaluate yourself so much, but just like step back. What just happened and what's in front of me, because you can kind of get too focused on what went wrong as opposed to what went right. And that's where releasing this negativity is really, really important. Because I lost my train of thought, but I'll just keep going. Corral. Yeah, I'm feeling like someone showed you something. They've been dishonest with you, and you knew what was going on, and you gave them the benefit of the doubt. You knew what was going on. You gave them the benefit of the doubt here, but you kind of had your eye on it for a while, and then they came in and then they showed you something. They came in and then they showed you something, and that's why this justice is here. And you were like, ah, I knew it, right? Yeah. Queen of Wands in the reverse. I definitely feel like that is you, 100%. You have the strength, you have the power. It's just a matter of moving and taking action here. And this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You're slowly gonna rise from this. It's kind of a lot. Like I said, you're gassed, you're exhausted. You may be a little snappy. So when you're snappy, just take some time to yourself. Be alone. You don't need to be intermingling with any energies right now, especially. It's just time to be by yourself and kind of evaluate your next moves here, because you got the answers you needed. You're moving onto your divine path, and this is something that was necessary. And we kind of have to take this time to see, what am I still holding that's been attracting this? What am I still holding that's making it harder to move forward? And that's what this rest time is. That little bit of rest where you just kind of step back and just, but then in order to progress, we start to make better choices after we come out of this negative cycle and release some belief systems here. All right, I'm gonna ask, what about, what would I ask for this? Three of Wands. Okay, so we have, yeah, there's Three of Wands in the reverse, and then slowly but surely we're gonna come into this Queen of Wands energy, slowly but surely. But in order for this kind of cardinal action to be taken, right, in order to take the lead here, it's kind of, you need that driving force, and that's why I feel like we haven't spread our wings and gone for it yet. We need that driving force. We're kind of low right now, like I said, but regardless, you have the fulfillment that you need. It's just a matter of lighting up that fire within you, but you're looking for it, and you have the strength to do so. That's why it's really, really important to take that time and realize that there's a lot of things in the way here. There's a lot of things in the way. I'm trying to explain this in a better way. You know, there's this option, and since we're so a little bit lost, we're excited because it's kind of like a fresh start, but it's like, okay, which way do I go? And we're kind of getting lost in these options and these illusions, but that's why I keep saying rest. That's why rest, so that way we don't just get up and do the first thing that's offered to us, right? Does it feel good within me? What is my intuition telling me? And that's what like she's kind of looking for, or she's answering, I should say, and gaining the strength to move forward, because we've received that clarity, you know, feel to heal and then move forward. What about this connection? It's already fallen. This, okay. What about this connection? Scorpio. Scorpio's person. So you have, there's a lot of people who have their eye on you, Scorpio, and they see you as this kind of Empress energy. Oh, hi, buddy. They see you as this Empress energy, and there's kind of this competition, right? Because they know, hey, not, I was about to say you're open for business. No, you have time. You have the available time, but you're taking that for yourself right now. But someone knows this. Someone knows this, and they're just waiting for you to kind of get out of this inner battle that you're having, because they see you as the Empress. You are the Empress, right? And it's really, I'm picking up something else from that, so I would like something else. Okay, yeah, they see you as the Empress, but I'm also feeling like we're creating something new here, and maybe that's why this is kind of, that's why you're kind of looking for that inner fire to kind of move forward, because you kind of want to create something yourself. You want to create something yourself, not answering to anybody, and kind of move forward through opening your heart space and listening to your intuition. And they're telling you you can create whatever you want, but it's just a matter of going within and doing what you need to do, looking at all your options, weighing all your options, because I don't really feel like that Four of Cups there is ignoring anything. I think these are just a bunch of opportunities that have been presented to you, and you're like, I'm not going through that again. And that may very well be people that are coming towards you because they see that light and that energy that you do have, because you had the strength to move forward. You know, you could have just stayed there and been like, this is where I am, this is just what's happening, and I'm just going to deal with it. But you had the strength to move forward and start something new here. And that's what you're kind of evaluating. Do I have time for somebody right now, or is there more work I need to do? Because I'm kind of focused on my bag. All right. Enhance. Yeah, that's why I'm saying rest. Exercise that patience, so that way you can weigh all your options and do what you need to do in order to find that stability that you've been looking for, and genuine stability, not just going along with something because, like a 9-to-5, like going along with a 9-to-5 because you're, it's easy, and it's easy stability, but you're kind of sacrificing your well-being in a sense. You're sacrificing your well-being because you want it now and you want to get something done. And it's a matter of just exercising that patience, because being present in that transition period is when everything kind of comes to you, and then you kind of have that light up moment and you're like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. And keep those boundaries strong. I'm feeling like, because there's sustain here, keep those boundaries strong that you have set in order to move on, because people may be coming back. Hey, why did you leave? Where'd you go? What happened? And, you know, I'm not feeling like you'll feel bad. I really don't feel like you'll feel bad, but it's just going to get annoying, and then you're just going to kind of give into it because everyone's asking or something like that. And if this for others has to do with a connection here, there is a person here who has showed you what they had to offer, and you knew it wasn't enough, and that was your version of self-love, as it's everyone's versions, but your self-love pushed you away and is giving you this time to be recluse and to be present and take the time to hold space for yourself. because I'm feeling like there's been a big influence on you, and it's kind of dragging you down and dragging you down because it doesn't agree with you. It doesn't agree with you. And you feel that, but you didn't notice what exactly it was doing. So, it's just, magic works through you. Yeah, and that's what I'm feeling like with people who've had influence on you. Like I said, you know that this influence is very strong, but you're kind of understanding the concept of listening to yourself and to your intuition, that you're not really swayed. It's just a matter of enforcing boundaries so that way people don't creep in further and further and infiltrate your energy. Bring a gentle touch. Be gentle with yourself, especially, and be peace. Yeah, be gentle with yourself. You know, it doesn't really necessarily matter what other people have to say about it, because you've been hard on yourself regardless of what's been going on, because of this thing that has just taken so much energy out of you. This person that has taken so much energy out of you, and you've lost that stability. You've lost that practical job, that practical connection, because you're looking for something greater. And as hard as it may be right now, you weren't wrong. You were just in that part of the journey that was necessary. So it's important to be gentle with yourself and bring peace to the situation as well as to others. You know, like I said, if you're snappy, you need to sit back and kind of focus on what you need to release here, because the situation made you feel sour. But now it's time to transmute, and you have the strength to do so. You have the strength to do so by yourself and have that inner strength to kind of just be alone and not feed off of other people just because you're feeling, you know, that misery loves company type of deal. You're done with that shit. You're not doing it. You're done. So bring a gentle touch to yourself and be peace for yourself as well as others. Because, you know, you're setting examples right now. People are inspired by this action that you have taken, whether you know it or not. And if it's not happening fast enough for you, it's okay. Be patient and allow divine timing to do what it needs to. Because it's all happening for a reason, and that's something that's really important to understand. It's all happening for a reason. So these obstacles here are teaching you something. This person here has taught you something. And maybe to... You know, like I said, you gave them the benefit of the doubt, and then they came in and lied to you, or they came in and were kind of just taking advantage of who you are and what you can do for the company or what you can do for this connection. Because I do feel like if this has to do with a connection, kind of, it was very one-sided, and you were kind of holding all of that for that person and holding resentment. A lot of resentment, instead of speaking up, or instead of being like, this isn't for me, and moving on. We've been sitting in the same kind of place, and that's what kind of exhausted us. Yes, we moved out of it, but it exhausted us, and it's not time to move forward into something this exhausted, holding this negative and resentment. So I would highly recommend checking out my description box below, and definitely checking out the master program if you don't have that already, because there's a lot going on within your subconscious that you don't notice. Because this is a pattern of holding resentment, and you have this drive to move forward. You have all the tools you need if you have the programs, but you have all the tools you need and they're available to you. But it's tempting to move back into that cycle. It's easy. So I understand why you would have that feeling of just holding that anger and holding that resentment in until you blow up, or just letting it out in little tidbits on people at the store, or say someone gets your order wrong, just stuff like that. And you have to be aware of that and have that self-awareness. Yeah, Scorpio, again, I would highly recommend checking out my description box. And I do want to pull one more word, because I was going to finish, but something told me to. Mystery. Embrace the mystery. Yeah. Okay. You're not supposed to know what's going to happen. You're not supposed to know. I mean, yeah, but we can't control the outcomes here. We can't control how other people act. It's a matter of us doing the work first and working on how we respond to things. Taking that time to reflect and doing the work on how to respond. If we respond immediately, that's reacting, and it doesn't help anybody. So kind of let that all pan out. Let everything kind of shake out a little bit before we go and kind of give our energy away. Embrace the mystery, because just surrender to the divine. That's what I'm feeling like. Surrender to the divine, because it's putting you on divine detour, but this is your divine direction that you're moving into. Your divine direction. That's why this 3D 9 to 5 and these people you were surrounded with just weren't working out. And I feel like with these people, that resentment that you had, you were closing off. You were closing yourself off a little bit because you didn't have that balance. And now it's time to restore it. It's time to restore that balance, so that way you can give the energy necessary and take the time to yourself when necessary. So it's a matter of being aware of that, and of being aware of how you're coming off to others and how you're coming off to yourself. I feel like you've been really hard on yourself throughout this and saying, I'm a quitter, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, that's why they're mad at me or whatnot. And that's not the case. This is what's meant to happen. Sometimes things give you all the signs in the world, and you hold on and you hold on until it gets really bad, and then there's nothing you can do other than move on. So yeah, Scorpio, I hope this was good for you. And keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not all these messages will resonate. If they resonated, dope, keep the messages. If they didn't, I hope you left them for some other lovely Scorpios out there. But yes, all right, Scorpio. Thanks so much for joining me today. Do not forget to subscribe. And this is Megan with ADH Divinity.